Hello everyone, I'm here with New York Times bestselling author Pierce Brown.
That's me.
If you guys remember, over a year ago I made a funny little video about him and his buzzworthy title of the hottest author in young adult fiction.
One of my friends shared an article from BuzzFeed. The title says, "Introducing the hottest young adult author in the world." Do I fancy this man? Yes.
How was that moment for you?
The moment was wonderful. The video, or are you talking about the title?
No.
Because
the BuzzFeed video.
The
BuzzFeed article.
Well, it basically gave my sister nonstop ammunition to make fun of me the rest of my life. So I begrudge BuzzFeed that. But, then I got to see some cool Instagram pictures of mine with, quippy little lines.
It gave press to the book.
It gave press to the book, and anything that sells a book is good for me. It is very interesting, particularly when your mom starts reading these articles. Oh. And then your dad, and then your uncles, and then you go to a family reunion, and then
was it just shared across the family?
It spread. It's amazing how quickly things go viral in a family from Iowa.
It did kind of go viral a little bit in our booktube community.
Mini viral, call it, or a book viral.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was your first thought when you watched my video?
Well, besides the fluttering of butterflies in my stomach.
Oh, thank you.
The first thought, which one? The one meeting or the video itself?
You watched.
My sister sent me that one. No, the one meeting you was hilarious. My sister sent me the first one.
The first? She sent you the first one?
The first one, yeah.
How did she find that?
I have no idea.
She's a sleuth. She's always liking my things.
And she's got Google alerts for me, which if I had Google alerts for your own name, don't do that.
No, it's that your sister
don't be
does
that person. Yeah, so my sister looks out for me, and so I don't have to Google search myself. And so my sister just sent me the article, or sent me the video, and I just couldn't stop laughing, mostly from embarrassment.
When did you watch it, though?
Oh, I don't even remember.
I remember.
All I know is it already had like 10,000, 20,000 views.
It's my fourth most watched video on my channel.
Fourth? How do we get number one?
This video. So for viewers who haven't read Red Rising, give us some backstory. Like, how did you come up with, the story first, and then also explain the story a little bit?
So if you haven't read Red Rising is the story of a young man waging a war for love. It's set 700 years in the future. Humanity has expanded past Earth to colonize the planets and moons of our solar system and terraformed a lot of them to look like Earth. And it's about a young man who's at the bottom of the civilization, a slave, infiltrating the upper class, and in an attempt to destroy them from the inside. And so that's the overall story, and I came up with it on a mountainside. I was reading in the Greek play Antigone at the time, and then after we got back from the mountain, I basically wrote for 2 months straight above my parents' garage in Seattle. And that's how that's how the book was written. It was like this really furious, fast process. Unfortunately, books 2 and 3, Golden Sun and Morning Star, weren't quite as fast.
Yeah, that's another one of my questions. Like, now that you're basically done with Morning Star, which one has been the most difficult to write?
Morning Star. I mean, I didn't really know the term writer's block until I did Morning Star.
What happened?
Oh, it's because the story expands. I mean, in book 1, it starts very small. Red Rising is a very small story that keeps expanding. Golden Sun expands the world, gets larger and larger. And then book 3 is all the intensity of both the first and second book, Morning Star, but it's everything turned up to an 11. All the themes have to come to an end.
Okay, I did a lot of, I researched you a lot before I did this interview. You said that Morning Star, the third book in a trilogy, is kind of for the fans. Was that any pressure for you to try to write this book for the fans?
That's why this is slower. I mean,
okay.
Red Rising I wrote in this furious, passionate spate because it was for me. And then Golden Sun was kind of for the characters, for the story, really expanding it. And then Morning Star is for the fans, so it made me realize I'd be responsible towards them. And that right there slows down the writing process because you're second guessing, right? And that is not something I'm good at when I second guess myself. I'm good when I just kind of run like arrow straight into the flames.
Because you also say that you write by the seat of your pants.
Exactly. So yeah, you have researched me.
Oh yeah. If you weren't a writer right now, what would you be doing?
I'm going to spy on your questions
No.
here. If I wasn't a writer, I think I would have probably stayed on the same career path that I had before, which I moved back up. I went to Pepperdine out here.
Yes.
And then I moved back up to Seattle, and then I was a campaign driver on a political campaign for U.S. Senate, so but it's like 16-hour days, 7 days a week. It's just not that fun.
Good pay?
No, you pay like $6 an hour. It's technically illegal. And I gained like 15 pounds, 20 pounds because I was eating just terrible food in the campaign. And it's not necessarily something someone can do for a long time.
This was after college, right?
This was after college. This was a year after college. After that, I started working for a small tech company, and then I didn't like that either. So basically, I probably would have been hopping back and forth between jobs with the eventual goal of somehow becoming an astronaut. I don't think I had the right trajectory, probably, but yeah.
How did you get to LA then?
So I moved down to LA because I was really restless up in Seattle. I'd just gotten out of a bad relationship. And you know how that can sometimes mess up your prerogatives and make you start thinking about, what am I doing with my life? You know, having that question, that midlife crisis when you're 21.
Right.
And so, yeah, right. And so then I decided that I wanted to come down to LA, but I didn't know how to get into the industry because I wanted to work in film and TV because it's a thing that I loved since I was a kid. And so I ended up applying for an NBC Page program. And they said,
wait, what is that?
So the NBC Page program, if you've ever seen 30 Rock?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So NBC Page program,
creepy guy
if you've ever seen 30 Rock,
I have.
it's the guy with the peacock tie.
Oh!
That's an NBC Page in New York. But they also have them out
I bet
here.
they loved you.
Oh, I mean, I had really fluffy hair back then, so they called me Poodle. I had really fluffy hair, and we had peacock ties, and we sat people on the Tonight Show, and then we also would give tours of the facilities.
I went to the Tonight Show.
I might have sat you. Who knows? Did you see a really fluffy haired gentleman?
You know, this was like
peacock
in
ties?
2011, 2010.
I mean, I was 2011. I was there.
Oh my gosh.
See,
Fate.
Misconnections. I was actually on a tour with a group, and my agent had just gotten an agent, so I thought it was, it was exciting. It was a big deal.
Time to go.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, let's do this. And so my agent said that she's gonna need me to be available, but I can't because I have my job because I'm giving tours all over the damn studio lot. And so I told each group that I had that, because these are hour-and-a-half tours, I told them that I might be getting a really important call from my agent because I was trying to sell a book. And they're like, ooh, this is amazing. And I thought I was acting like, so cool and big and everything.
Yeah. You got the tours
Match
going.
my hair is a lot poofier, yeah. And so I had the tours, and then I get a call in the middle of it, and I take it from my agent, and they say that Random House wanted to buy my book. But not just that book, but all 3 books.
Oh my gosh.
And so then I told the tour group, and they're like, oh, just loving me.
Oh.
And so I got huge amounts of tips. Yeah, finally when I didn't need it, they give me tips. Yeah, but I got great tips that day, and it was wonderful. I got kissed. It was awesome.
That's a great story. Yeah. You know, some people some authors don't have that story, when you get the call, but that's a great story.
It's a good one. I think
heard that.
I also disobeyed NBC's policy of no phones on the tours, but
Well, that's
it's okay.
like every job.
They'll make an exception.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, did you quit the day after?
No, I quit about 3 weeks after. Most of the time, first-time authors can't quit their jobs. I mean, it's difficult because of the finances of it.
What were your childhood inspirations? I know Star Wars is a huge one, and I know
Huge
you've
one.
read all the comics, all the books behind it.
All the comics, all the books behind
Oh
it.
my
Up until
gosh.
2011. I would read them underneath the table. I would cry because it wasn't real. I'd read them in church. I'd hide them inside the Bible and be reading Star Wars. I got made fun of because I was reading Game of Thrones in 10th grade. And,
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so my friend came in, he's like, oh, Daenerys and her dragons, because he reads the back of the book, are running amongst the countryside near Marine. And I'm just like, it's amazing. You're downplaying how awesome it is.
And now it's
now I'm just like, I was there first, but none of them remember this because it wasn't emotionally traumatizing
Hipster
for
Game
them.
of Thrones fan.
Hipster
here.
Game of Thrones
Have you
fan.
read
It's
them
okay.
all?
Yes.
Have you met George R.R. Martin?
Yes, several times. Once when he was editing his manuscript of the new book.
Wow.
I saw 4 words on it. Pretty good words. I don't remember them.
Okay.
I think it was
Tell the camera then.
I think it was and the snow fell deeper, something like that. Something very vague.
Well, winter has definitely settled in then.
Winter has come.
Now that you have the dream job as an author, what's your most favorite thing about being an author?
Besides getting to wear slippers to work and eating cookie dough whenever I like.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, I guess I could do that anyway.
But you're
Cookie
home
dough
all
thing.
day.
But you're home all day. No, what?
How is being home all day? Because
Being home all day.
we get crazy because we don't have people.
Oh yeah, it can drive you crazy. What do you mean you don't have people?
Well, I mean, I live with my family, but I need to go to my job to socialize. How do you?
I feel like if I was in another city, it would be really, really hard.
You're in LA though.
But you're in LA, none of my friends have jobs. Like,
Really?
very few. Yeah, or they're like between jobs, or
Like
they're
actors.
no, it like a yoga instructor or something, something like really hipster. Or like I'm a barista actor, you know? It's like you're a barista. If I was in another city, I think it'd be hard. But I think the cool thing is getting to travel whenever I want, getting to go see my parents whenever I want, getting to go home for 2 weeks and just stay and read and hang out with my family.
That's
I
nice.
mean, that's an amazing gift that I actually hope I don't ever take for granted.
What is this? What is this?
What do you mean?
What is that?
Oh, speaking of taking things for granted.
Okay.
I have a terrible problem of taking everything for granted. And I don't really ever I always look past the moment. I always think the moments don't matter. And so I got this to remind me that one day I will die, I will wither.
What
and
is
it's
it?
It's a skull.
It looks like a steak
Oh.
from here.
It's like a steak?
I thought it was a steak.
A steak?
like a steak, like that you eat.
Oh, that hurts my feelings.
No, but it's just from afar. I'm blind.
Oh.
I can't see.
It's like
I get it. I
It's not
can
a
see
steak.
it now. I can see
not a
it
steak.
now.
Let me see it again.
You can't eat my hand, barbarian.
Let me see. Well, okay, so you can see it when you go like this.
Yeah. I'm gonna die one day, and I'm gonna be a withered skull in a grave, or I'm gonna be pulverized and sprinkled in my ashes in the Pacific Northwest, and then everything that I've ever done won't matter. So it's the moments that matter.
So morbid.
It's moments like this.
Aw.
See, it's morbid for you, but for me, it's wonderful. My mom hates it. Actually, I don't even know if she.
Does she know you
I
have
don't
it?
think she knows that I have.
Uh-oh.
Like, Mom, it's a steak, but it's medium rare, like we like it. My dad likes it medium well. Ew.
Ew, no,
Ew.
and it takes so long to cook.
Yeah. Oh, but okay. So we have my dad would always get these filet mignons, which have no fat on them, but my sister would cut the gristle off the sides.
I don't like that either, so I
Well,
totally.
oh my God.
Totally
again,
with Blair.
Weenie, and I just this is the delicious part.
No.
Yes, and then my dad get mad if we put steak sauce on it. So
That's-
when I found out I was growing up as a man when I didn't put steak sauce on. My sister would just smother it in A1
No. No
and
steak
get
sauce.
ridiculed. No steak sauce.
No.
Although
No
breakfast
steak
steaks, breakfast steaks deserve Heinz 57.
I don't like ketchup.
It's not.
No, it's like the Heinz 57
No, it's like
steak stuff.
it's different.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's this orange colored.
Yeah. It's not as good as A1.
It's like a hot sauce.
Bite your tongue. It's not a hot sauce. It's a steak sauce.
It's a
Okay.
steak sauce.
It's like imagine an Oompa Loompa, but like
skin?
in liquid form. Meets A1 sauce.
Doesn't sound too appetizing.
Oh, I think it's delicious. Oompa Loompas are made out of chocolate. Right?
They are. Wait, no.
No.
They're people. They're
Oh.
people. Tell me like a day in the life of Pierce Brown.
Well,
What time do you wake up in the
when I
morning?
first wake up, I wrestle.
Yeah.
I wrestle a shark as soon as I can. You know.
Okay.
I wake up at 7. I
So early.
I work out for an hour,
Mm-hmm.
and then I try to read something. I'll either do poetry or Wall Street Journal or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and that helps me get. I stay off social media early in the morning.
Okay.
I stay away from YouTube in the morning. Sorry.
It's the first thing I do.
Basically, try to do everything in my power to make my world as small as I can in the morning, so I don't wake up constantly burdened by the day before. Because we're given this amazing gift of being able to restart our days, but we never use it. We always try to what's the first thing you do? You roll over and you grab your phone,
Yeah.
and you check your Instagram. That's what most people do when they wake up. How is that the life you want to live? I want to be able to do other things first, and I don't want to constantly feel this need to grab something and check it. But I still do that, and then I don't like that. Throughout the day, my phone will buzz, I'll grab it. I'm like, why am I so eager to see what's there? Why is that more important than Pablo Neruda's poem? It's not to me. So I try.
Reading in the morning.
So I try to read in the morning, or I try to write first. If I'm not working out in the morning, I'll try to write from when I get up to about 12 o'clock, and then I'll get lunch. Then I'll read the paper or see what's happened in the world, because something could happen in that 5 hours. I could wake up and aliens could have landed. I don't know anything. But I try to make my world small and then just gradually make it bigger as the day
Okay.
goes on.
Okay, that is something else, Pierce.
What?
No, I was just expecting this very deep.
Sorry. I just.
No, it's lovely.
Yeah, I have to think about what you do.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you take
Are
it.
you? That's condescending. Yeah, it's.
No, I'm not being condescending. I'm
Okay.
just that making me think about what I do in my day.
Oh, what do you do in your day? Let's take us through a day, Natasha. Yeah.
Depends on what time I wake up.
Well, let's go with that.
It's either 9 o'clock for work or 11 o'clock if I have work later.
You are so lazy.
I know.
Why do you like to sleep so much?
Because I stay
Do you
up
rage?
so late.
Does she rage all night?
No.
What
I do all
reading
night?
books at night?
I'm reading at night.
Okay.
I'm reading, or I'm editing, or I'm doing something on the computer because I have 1,000 jobs on the internet. So I have to, work with I work in a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
I do their social media, and so I'm doing that, or I'm doing YouTube, or anytime that I have
You're juggling
free.
so many things then.
That's the yes.
Yeah.
And then I'm 21, so it's like
You're only 21? You
We
seem
told
so much
you
more
this.
mature. I always forget this.
yes, 21.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Doesn't she seem so much more mature?
Oh.
There's wisdom in you.
Thanks. Any projects planned for the future? I've heard or I read that you write scripts.
I do write scripts. So I've got a couple projects right now in the works.
Oh.
I'm starting to pitch a project to some to networks next 2 weeks or so, and I have one that's about to be bought, but it's not for sure yet, so I can't say the name of it.
Okay.
But it's basically a high concept sci-fi idea. And then I also am going to be writing a fantasy series after Red Rising. After Red Rising.
Oh, when did this fantasy series come about? When
Well,
you
it's
were-
been back here, like in the back of my head, for a
Okay.
long time.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do it, and it's like a mixture between, Harry Potter and American Gods.
Oh, that's just really interesting.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about
Well,
it.
I love your writing, so I'm really excited about
Cool.
it.
Maybe you can be one of my beta readers.
Yes.
Yes.
If Red Rising characters were on the internet, what social media outlet would be their thing? And I thought, this is my
Dactus
idea.
would be Grinder.
Io would have a YouTube channel because she
Oh,
likes to
Io
have her
so would.
voice
I-
being heard. Always vlogging and always showing, what's happening.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Darrow would not be on social media.
No, he wouldn't.
No, he'd be too romantic.
He's hiding too many things.
Yeah. Severo would be on Vine, I think. Or
Yes.
it's Vine, and then Cassius would be Snapchat because he'd be trying to. Or
So many selfies.
So many selfies. So many. Tactus would be on Grinder, because he's always on the lookout.
What about Pax?
Pax doesn't really. His
I
fingers
think
are
he
too. His fingers are too big for social media.
Do you think he would be searching, cat videos on YouTube?
Oh yeah. Cat videos for sure. No, probably Fox videos.
Fox, yes.
Baby Fox
Yes.
videos. Yeah.
What would Darrow and Severo dress up as for Halloween?
Tigger and Winnie the Pooh.
That's so great.
What else would be good? I say that because I have an amazing Tigger costume, but I don't wear it anymore because it's so hot. It's atrociously hot.
Please
But
take an Instagram of that.
It's okay. Or
What about Mustang? What would she be?
she'd be something like esoteric. She'd be some philosopher we've never heard of. Be like Matilde Urrutia, Pablo Neruda's third wife.
Okay. Yeah. Something,
Right.
no, she would be something
She
that
would
we
be.
wouldn't know what she
Completely.
was. So we have to explain it to us.
EO would be like something like Mean Girls.
When she dressed up as
Yeah.
the Bridezilla
The
or
Bridezilla, she
the-
dressed up ugly and all the other girls were like slutty hot. Yeah. Victor would be slutty hot.
Yes, she would be.
Yeah, she'd have like a bunny tail or something.
Yeah.
And then, but Io would then go full on like some zombie makeup or something.
What gifts would you give to your characters for Christmas?
Peace.
Oh. Who would you ship Darrow with in Harry Potter?
Darrow and Hermione.
Yeah.
For sure.
What about Severo?
Severo and Ron.
Oh. Not like Hagrid or anyone.
Hagrid and Pax would just go chill
Yeah.
and be big and knock down trees and stuff. Mustang and Cedric Diggory, though.
Yeah.
Would have been good. Would have
Yeah.
been a pretty match.
Pretty, very.
Yeah. Pretty.
And then my last question for the interview is, what can you tease about Morningstar? And I already know about the Severo has a girlfriend thing, because I want something new here, Pierce.
You get to meet a relative of Ragnar's.
Oh.
Yeah. Everything in this book is turned up to an 11. Like I said earlier, everything is larger and
Bigger than Golden Sun?
bigger than Golden Sun, and these characters are put into the grinder of war, because that's what the third book is about. It's about war, the cost, the consequences, and then how do you build after you break everything. And so these characters really get put through the grinder.
Thank you so much for the little tease
My pleasure.
and for this interview. And now Pierce and I are going to go battle it out in our nerd off. Woo! If you guys would like to follow Pierce, he is Pierce Brown Official on Instagram. I'll leave all the links down below.
Official. It sounds so silly.
It was Pierce Brown.
Hey, it is. Pierce Brown was taken by so many people. I never knew I had that common of a name.
You had
but
wasn't,
Pierce Brown Official.
No, one time you changed it to Pierce Brownie.
Yeah,
I like that.
I did too, but then they already printed it on the books, Pierce Brown Official, so I had to turn it back. Breaking my heart.
I'll leave all the links for Red Rising and Golden Sun down below. So go buy them before Morning Star comes out. When does Morning Star come out?
February 12th.
Ooh, right before Valentine's Day. What if you finish it on Valentine's Day?
Broken hearts everywhere. Not that your heart's gonna be broken, but it might be.
I hope not.
I hope a little.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys all for watching. Keep calm and fangirl on. Bye! Would you?
What was that?
It's a funny question.
I always feel like I'm an aspiring photographer when I'm taking pictures like this, and I just feel so snobby.
Yeah.
I only
Not that I'm
pictures
calling
with
you
this.
a snob. Not that.
Okay.
Insult the camera woman. That's the best thing to do.
Right?